Well, hello there.
You are watching Caribbean Inside TV, the engine room of culture.
She's just a stranger in a crowded place. She and she cooler and she there. Hoping to find someone with a familiar place, so she could fete and celebrate. This is not the time to be alone. This is the time to whine on a bumper. So let's be amazing. Keep the fire blazing, so we could mash up and mash up and mash up and mash up the place.
I am Ras Shorty-Eye. I am a scientist, a musical scientist. I invented soca so that Caribbean people could have something to identify with wherever they go, any part of the world. Listen, you are viewing Caribbean Insight.
Caribbean Inside, Caribbean Inside, Caribbean Inside, please check Caribbean Inside.
This is Sanel Dempster, and whenever I'm in town, I watch no other but Caribbean Insights.
Welcome to another edition of Caribbean Insight. As you know, this is the show that keeps you in touch with the culture of the Caribbean. The 60s, the era of American soul music. Groups were springing up throughout the Caribbean, Barbados, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago.
Since you came into my life, I began to see the light. Since you came into my life, I know this is paradise. To be loving you, the way I do, the way I do. Suddenly I realize that the things before my eyes haven't changed, they're just the same. Yes, I'm kind of mesmerized. The way you do, the way you do, the things you do, the things you do. You alone can decide what my future will be. You alone have the right to decide my destiny, and you alone know how to start a fire in me. Since you came into my life, you made a change in me. Every time you call my name, something like a sweet refrain. It's the way you say, the things you say, nothing that you ever do could take away my love from you. Since you came into my life, I know this is paradise. To be loving you, the way I do, the way I do. You alone can decide what my future will be. You alone have the right to decide my destiny, and you alone know how to start a fire in me. Since you came into my life, you made a change in me. Every time you call my name, something like a sweet refrain. The way you say, the way you say, the things you say, the things you say, the way you say, the things you say. You're a sweet love, and now you say, the way you say.
are in the company of royalty. A sister whose musical career began at age 16. And she gave us hit songs like Come By Here Boy, We Are Gonna Make It, and I'll Be Your Friend. She became the soul queen of the Caribbean. TV family, sit back, relax, and let's get ready to meet and greet Miss Mavis John. Mavis, I want to welcome you to the show.
Hi, it's nice to be here. Royalty.
Royalty, you like that?
Well, I should say yes, whatever royalty means.
I figured that was fitting because I grew up as a child listening to Come By Here Boy. It was one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
So it's really an honor now to be sitting and doing this interview with you.
Well, it's quite a nostalgic feeling when you say going back to when I started at 16. That seemed to be quite a long time ago. And yes, during that time I had done Come By Here and The Sun Didn't Shine. Jeffrey Osbourne, who is a writer of The Sun Didn't Shine, lived on the same street with me in Veau, and somebody told him that the skinny red girl up the hill, she could sing. He gave me a tryout. It was supposed to be the B-side of the Strollers song. Strollers, they were the big weight in those days, and he thought that I could ride piggyback with the Strollers, and It's a Man's World turned out to be the hit, and I suppose that was the coming time of Mavis John in that era.
It was what would I do without you? Where can I go without you?
You make me feel temperature when I hear you say I'm your all in all. A love as strong as mine can't stand the test of time. Since I met you I found life really is too short. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop wanting you. I can't stop loving you. Sometimes life seems like a stormy sea. Don't worry, baby, you can count on me. So many things I forget to do. You always try to make them seem so few. A love as strong as mine can't stand the test of time. Since I met you I found life really is too short. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop wanting you. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you.
era of social consciousness, you know. People were becoming more aware, and we were identifying with the American struggle.
To be close to you, I have a clear, clear view of what this heaven is, and it's new. What's here inside my mind is true love that I find. Looking through the past, I know this thing will last. You're the apple of my eye, you're the reason why. Sometimes I sit and cry, and I don't know why. This feeling deep inside is something I can't hide. You're the apple of my eye, and I love you. You're the apple of my eye, you're the reason why. Sometimes I sit and cry, and I don't know why. This feeling deep inside is something I can't hide. You're the apple of my eye, and I love you. It was a dream come true when I met you. It's you I've waited for all my life.
Come, let me show you how. Let us make that vow. As long as you love me, I'm free.
I couldn't stay away, not even for a day. Looking through the past, I know this thing will last. You're the apple of my eye, you're the reason why. Sometimes I sit and cry, and I don't know why. This feeling deep inside is something I can't hide. You're the apple of my eye, and I love you. You're the apple of my eye, you're the reason why. Sometimes I sit and cry, and I don't know why. This feeling deep inside is something I can't hide. You're the apple of my eye, and I love you. You're the apple of my eye. Can't believe that I'm such a lucky guy to be loved by you.
This feeling deep inside is something I can't hide. You're the apple of my eye, and I love you.
We know that Calypso remained the predominant music in the Caribbean. But at that time, it seems like we were searching for an alternative music.
When you're born behind the bridge, you're exposed a lot to what is the local music. You know, the steel band, the Calypsonian, maybe a Calypsonian might be somebody who lived just down the street from you. Pre Simon, who started the music, the steel band music, or one of the creators of the music, came from behind the bridge. And we also identified with what the Black Americans were doing. They were singing songs that we could relate to.
Right.
So that while I identified with them, I also identified with what was the music of Trinidad and Tobago. And as I got older and we were more exposed, I mean, the Aretha Franklins and whoever came from the United States. Yes, in those days, in a way, we copied the styles. You know, the big afro, which I see, has made a whole turn, and it's
360. It's back.
And it's back again.
Not forgetting the platform shoes.
Right. You know, and the turtleneck sweaters and all that. So that, yes, I identify what was America, but always have a base of what was the Trinidad music.
Then that sky shall get, then that sky shall lose. So the Bible say, and it sure is new. My mommy
child who's got his own, who's got his own. When the rain gets more, while the weak ones fade, empty pockets don't never made the grade. My mommy, Papa, me, God bless a child who's got his own, who's got his own.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the company of royalty, the soul queen of the Caribbean, Miss Mavis John.
This is the original dance master. Whenever I'm in New York City, I listen to Caribbean Inside. Yes, I watch them all the time.
As you know, I'm the Lord Kitchen, and I'm having some wonderful time here with Caribbean Inside. I think it's a wonderful organization, and I hope you will do as I do. Keep listening to them.
What would I do without you? Where can I go without you?
You make me feel temperature when I hear you say I'm your all in all. A love as strong as mine can't stand the test of time. Since I met you, I found life really is too short. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop wanting you. I can't stop loving you. Sometimes life seems like a stormy sea. Don't worry, baby, you can count on me. So many things I forget to do. You always try to make them seem so few. A love as strong as mine can't stand the test of time. Since I met you, I found life really is too short. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop wanting you. I can't stop loving you. I can't
We're back, and if you just joined us, we're chatting with Miss Mavis John, the soul queen of the Caribbean. Mavis, the 70s came rolling along with speed, and with the 70s, the hits kept coming too. We had some numbers from you like How Can I Love Again, and The Sun Didn't Shine.
Yes.
And I remember while we were enjoying those songs and singing it, after a while, Mavis disappeared.
I disappeared from the scene. Yeah.
What happened?
A series of reasons for that. My profession was really a school teacher. I taught infant school, and I was having difficulty having a marriage of the singing career and the teaching. Then I became a mother in 72. I was a wife about 70, and so I'm playing many roles now.
Wearing many hats.
And wearing many hats. And while many times, us Caribbean women, we can do a series of things. I think I was having a lot of problems with the singing, and opted then to stay off the scene for a while. But Mavis has always been that person. I'll be off the scene, I'll sing in some little pocket, and I disappear again. So I seem to have had a long history of a little bit of singing and coming off.
Your music back then, Mavis, remind me of some of the women like I can think about is like Aretha Franklin. You even bring to mind Miriam Makeba. Who were some of your musical icons during that time?
Well, there were lots of women that I admired. Yes, the Miriam Makeba, yes, the Aretha Franklin, the Gladys Knight, But you admired them, but still you had to have the style that was yours, the input of what you did, what made you, being Caribbean, being woman, what made you. So yes, you felt the influence of them, but again, your music was always there. I always liked new music, I always liked new songs, and then I would take these songs, and these songs then would become mine. So we did a lot of covers in that time, but The Sun Didn't Shine was locally written, and I was doing music of some of the writers, James Lloyd, who is Jamaican. I was doing music by Oliver Stumpy Chapman of Wildfire. They were the Sparks and they became Wildfire. So though I was doing the covers of the American music, I was also doing what we would call the authentic music of our writers. Andre Tanka Morena Osha is a song I did with children in school, and this song is a song that celebrates the Caribbean woman.
Beauty, strong yet gentle being, she walks on this planet like some kind of queen. Then Morena Osha, she moves like the wind so free over land and these Caribbean seas. Sweet Morena Ocean, always with a rhythmic beat, moving down the street. Morena Ocean,
Normally when I sing this song, people come out, hold on to their loved one, and dance. I notice the floor is very empty. Feel free.
See the fall of evening time, feel that cool Caribbean breeze, red and yellow drifting west, green and golden trees. Hear the sound of drummers cracking through the night time, yes. Hear them sing their song for Osha round the firelight. Then Morena Ocean, she moves like the wind so free over land and rolling sea. Sweet Morena Ocean, always with a make her heart to beat. What you call her? What you call her? Marina Ocean. That pretty little woman walking down the street. The beauty and the rhythm make her heart to beat. What you call her? What you call her? Marina Ocean. Marina Ocean. Marina Ocean. Marina Ocean. Marina Ocean. That's it, different. Guantanamera to the Cuban sister. Guayana. Dang it. Guantanamera. Guayana, Guantanamera. Guayana, Guantanamera to the Cuban sister. Yeah. Guantanamera. Guayana, Guantanamera. Sweet Morena, Osha, sing. Ah, yeah, ah, yeah. Sweet Morena, Osha. Sweet Morena, Osha, yeah, yeah. Sweet Morena, Osha. There is you. Karen is you too. Sweet Morena, Osha. Sweet Morena, Osha, yeah. Sweet Morena, Osha. Sweet Morena, Osha. You married to Morena, Osha? Yeah. Sweet Morena, Osha. Sweet Morena.
You're welcome to it anytime.
Call your friends, call your neighbors, and let them know to tune in to Caribbean Insight. Right here, we're chatting with the #1 soul queen of the Caribbean, Miss Mavis John.
This is Denise Sauce, you are Belfort. I watch Caribbean Inside.
TITV is your one-stop shop for culture. So share it. Hit me off a like with some fire and some flames. But most of all, subscribe. Why? Because it's the fuel that keeps the cultural revolution moving. So while you make your free commitment, I'll do this.
Caribbean Insight really is dynamite. Caribbean Insight really super was spite. Caribbean Insight enjoy day or night. Caribbean Insight really is dynamite.
We're back here in Caribbean Insight, the #1 Caribbean show here in the USA today. And again, we're still chatting with Miss Mavis John. Mavis, besides your beautiful singing career through the 60s and the 70s, you did some acting and with some production companies. You want to fill us in on that?
Yeah, I did some work mainly at the Little Carib Theatre at White Street in Port of Spain. One of the early ones I did was Derek Walcott's Marry Veau. I think he had done it in Puerto Rico, and he came into Trinidad, and I auditioned and got a chance to do part of the work with Derek. And now I feel very honored knowing that of Derek's literary award. It was a fantastic time working with Derek. I also did a Nancy story. I think that was written by Errol Bastian. I don't want to call the wrong name, but I did a Nancy story. I also worked with Helen Camps, who is now working in St. Lucia. She did Cinderama and some productions that were done at home with Felix and Edinburgh. So anytime there were musicals, I'll do 1 or 2 productions, and then I'll do a little bit of hibernation, which was perfect for me at the time.
Hibernation became part of your album?
Yes, it was.
Now you say you're sorry for being so untrue. You know what? You better cry me a river, cry me a river, like I cried a river over you. Let it roll me out.
of the Caribbean, Miss Mavis John. So don't forget to pick up the phone, call your friends, call your neighbors, and let them know that I'll be right back with much more.
It's me again, the Ivan from Guyana. Whenever I'm in New York, I check out Caribbean Insight for more Calypso power.
Caribbean Inside. Check. Caribbean Inside. Caribbean Inside. Please check Caribbean Inside.
Hibernation wasn't too long this time. You were back on the scene in more production companies, working with more guys. Fill us in on this.
All right. Well, my friend who is the librarian in Port of Spain, Miss Pearl Eintou Springer, poet, librarian. Many times I'll go and I'll do little things in the library for her. But we put together this production called Shades of Aishi, and that we call it a choreo poetry piece. And that deals with a lot of women's issues, or, you know, like they say, women in all her facets. And we did that, I think we first started that in 1995. And I think this is one of the productions that propelled me back to stage. I was also feeling that this need and urge to work again. And I don't think it's mainly because of the success, but I'm much older now, and I think, yes, Mavis, this is it. You have to work now. Don't let the master get annoyed with you, because this running and hiding is not going to work. And I would say that this was the impetus. This was the time. I had decisions to make. Since this teaching is something that has always been there as a great love, but it's affecting the other love. You've done your years of service. This is it. See? Goodbye to the teaching career. I'll always be a teacher wherever I go, I know that.
Right.
And give it your last shot. And then things would fall just into place, you know. I decided I wanted to do a show at the Little Carib Theatre, which I called Overdue, most fitting name, and I had a certain amount of success with it. I got the right manager, Margaret Gittins. I had friends who were encouraging me and so on, and the seed was sown to do this CD because I was getting the help that I needed. And those people who would have listened to the CD would hear the first cut in the CD called The Time Is Now, because I knew that this is what I had to do. The time is now, the time is right. The master said this is the time you have to go. And everything fell into place, and the CD came. And well, the rest is history, you know. I'm performing in places that I never even imagined I would perform.
You're going to higher heights.
Well, I had the opportunity to sing in Pan Ramage. I was working with Exodus, and Mohammed said, Mavis, I want you to take one of Sparrow's Calypso and do it in your own style. Well, this is one of the songs that I taught children in school for many years. So I decided to do education.
Education, education, this is the foundation. Our rising population needs sound education. To be recognized anywhere you go, that's what we tell the children. You got to have your certificate to show, to enjoy any kind of happiness. Knowledge is the key to success. Sing the song with me. Children, go to school. Otherwise, later on in life, you will get trouble. Without an education in your head, your whole life will be pure misery. What? For there is simply no room in this whole wide world for an uneducated little boy or girl. Don't allow idle companions to lead you astray. Turn tomorrow to earn tomorrow. Turn tomorrow. You have to learn today. Illiteracy, illiteracy is man's greatest enemy. It's your duty, yes, your duty. Stamp it out completely. You see, ignorance always impedes progress. That's right. Education saves you much distress. So learn, 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 learn as much as you can. The nation's future is right there in your hands, yeah. Say, children go to school and learn well. Otherwise, later on in life, you will catch real hell. Without an education in your hand, your whole life will be pure misery. You better up there, for there is simply no room in this whole wide world for an uneducated little boy or girl. Don't allow idle companions to lead you astray. Turn tomorrow to earn tomorrow. Turn tomorrow. We say, for employment, yes, employment, you must be intelligent. It's essential, very essential, to have your credential. But if you're block-headed like a mule, no one will employ a fool. You'll be the last one to be hired and the very first in line to be fired. Children go to school, sing it. Otherwise, later on in life, you will catch real hell. Without that education in your hand, your whole life will be pure misery. You better up that, for there is simply no room in this whole wide world for an uneducated little boy or girl. Don't allow idle companions to lead you astray. Turn tomorrow. You would love yourself tomorrow. Turn tomorrow. You have to learn today.
Well, TV family, I'm saying hello to all you guys out there in the Bronx, Boston, Long Island, and you know I'm not forgetting my posse here from Brooklyn. We're still in the company of royalty. So pick up the phone, call your friends, call your neighbors. Let them know that Mavis is on the air, and we'll be back with much more.
Caribbean inside, please check Caribbean inside. So what you watching it for? It's for me and you call chat, eh? Caribbean inside, please check Caribbean inside.
Yeah. This is Marshall, and you're tuning in, you're looking at #1 in New York, Caribbean Insight. Yeah.
Mavis, you've done it all. Educator, mother, grandmother, actress,
very much
and
so.
great entertainer. Okay, you had some breaks in transmission along your career, and you gave us the reasons for this. But I'm asking you now, are you back to stay?
I am back to stay. There's nowhere else to go now. I'm having a certain amount of success. I'm very grateful to all the people who've helped me along the way. And there are many more things I'd like to do. I know one of my dreams is to work in some of the jazz festivals, even though I don't want to bracket myself into the mode of, Mavis, you're a jazz singer. So that I do have dreams, and there are many things that I want to do still. I have the time, I have the ability, I have the creator who's there with me, I have all the encouragement, and yes, I'm going to go ahead and work, and Mavis is here to stay.
Okay, so the time is now.
The time is now. The time is so right. Gregory Ballantyne is one of those local writers who I think is fantastic, and I always like Calypso Rising.
I hear a call, I hear a cry. Some say it's wrong, I can't see why. But all I know is when I hear it, it moves me so. and I feel a spirit. And I heard a wise man say that everything must change, but now it changed. Why are they acting strange? Tell them people, take we calypso music to the mountain, and let every drop of it hear when I sing. Out of them backyard, calypso rising, shaking up that old time style, it putting on a brand new smile, rising out of the ghetto of third world stagnation, reaching out for tomorrow with a world vibration. My calypso heading for stardom real quick, because it is world music. This song was born in chains and tears, but it lived on through freedom, yeah. No more a voice to please a massa. We can rejoice, 'cause we crossed that river. And I heard this wise man say, colonialism reduces culture to folklore and pecan. Not my kaiso, take my calypso music to the mountain, and let every drop of it hear when I sing this calypso song. Out of them backyard, calypso rising, shaking up the old time style, it putting on a brand new smile, rising out of the ghetto of third world stagnation, reaching out for tomorrow with a world vibration. My calypso heading for stardom real quick, because it is world rhythm and blues, jazz and reggae, all pay their dues in the same way. Yet every day they keep evolving in more and more ways. They stay evolving. And I heard this wise man say that true genius bears originality that opens up new frontiers. That's my kaiso, take my calypso music to the mountain, and let every drop of it hear when I sing this Caribbean song. Out of them barrakia, calypso rising, taking up that old time style, it putting on a brand new smile, rising out of the ghetto of third world stagnation, reaching out for tomorrow with a world vibration. My calypso heading for stardom real quick, because it is world music. My calypso heading for stardom real quick, because it is world music. We calypso heading for stardom real quick. You know why? Because it is world music.
Greetings, my name is David Rudder, and whenever I'm in New York, I tune in to Caribbean Insight.
Caribbean Insight really is dynamite. Caribbean Insight really super was spite. Caribbean Insight, enjoy day or night. Caribbean Insight
never can be sure. It's puzzling to work out plans we made before. You don't have to worry, I will be around. I will always love you, I won't let you down. I will be, always be, until then I will be your friend. I've been waiting for too long, I've been doing time, sitting here thinking of you. You're always on my mind. When I'm lonely in my room, time lingers on. I can't stay away from you, 'cause love is holding on. I will be, always be, until then I will be your friend. I will be, always be, until then I will be your friend. You don't know what's going down, you never can be sure. It's puzzling to work out plans we made before. You don't have to worry, I will be around. I will always love you, I'll never ever let you down. I will be, always be, until then I will be your friend. I will be, always be, until then I will be your friend.
Mavis, now that you're back, I've been listening to this new CD entitled Mavis Sings. What a wonderful title.
Thank you very
There's
much.
some songs on it that brings back a lot of memories. There's some jazz hits, like jazz crossovers, and you also took Calypso to another arena. Talk to me about the new CD.
Well, I had the opportunity to sing in Pan Ramage. I was working with Exodus, and Mohammed said, Mavis, I want you to take one of Sparrow's Calypso and do it in your own style. Well, this is one of the songs that I taught children in school for many years. So I decided to do education. And at my rehearsal with Pelham Goddard, most of you would know Pelham Goddard. Pelham is one of those who would just smile when something is done that he liked. So he smiled, so I said maybe something is working. So I did it live at Ramage, and when the opportunity came to do the CD, I thought this could be one of the songs that I'd do in it. Gregory Ballantyne is one of those local writers who I think is fantastic, and I always like Calypso Rising, so that was one of those that I did too. Andre Tanka Morena Usha is a song I did with children in school, and this song is a song that celebrates the Caribbean woman. And I did this one with Roger Israel. Roger is a singer himself, and he used to do the song live, and Andre Tanka himself used to do the song live. So when I went into Roger's studio, he said, Mavis, where can we find a way between my style and Andre Tanka's style? How am I going to address this? And we just gave it time, and I was so happy with the way in which Roger Israel was able to address Morena Usha. And You Are What Love Is, which is a song I had done with Dave Elcock many years ago. I thought that I should put it back on the CD. Now I'm doing it solo, but it still has the sentiments. Like most places where I perform, people wanted to hear it, so that I said, yes, I have to do You Are What Love Is. Tony Wilson of Hot Chocolate fame, Tony's now living back home. And I had recorded a song for Tony in '86 called Will We Make It? And I was so proud when Tony said, listen, I'll go into the studio with you. I'm going to do everything with it. And we went into Ming's studio. Most of you will know Ming as the leader of Elan Pali. Christoph Grant, most of you will know Christoph as this prolific writer who did Voices of the Ghetto for Singing Sandra, Not Leaving for Vince Plummer. Yeah, so we spoke to Christoph, said, look, I'm going to make a CD. I think I'd like to do one of your songs. And Christoph came with this Release the Dove. Release the Dove, that's about September 11th. Said, Mavis, look, you take this, you do it in whatever style you want. So I went into Pelham Garden and said, Pelham, listen, I just want this done with just piano. But Pelham being the kind of creative person he was, we did it first with piano. And I know we should slow it down because it really is it encompasses all the scenery about the whole September 11th. But when I went back into the studio, he added strings and he added this. But it turned out to be one of the songs on the CD that people loved a lot. So basically this CD is a CD of Trinidad. And James Lloyd being Jamaican, but he lived in Trinidad for a period of years. So this was my way of saying to Caribbean writers, listen, you are fantastic writers. I love all of you. And I'm getting the opportunity to do the music of the Caribbean. So even if it's done in the idiom of jazz or whatever, this is our music.
Terror creeps as orphans weep for the dead and dying. Angels try to hold on high the winds of war. Body bags and solemn flags at half-mast flying. Voices blare as angers flare and tempests soar. To stomping boots of bugle blows up above a flock of crows. Where will it end? Around the bend, heaven knows. With blind faith and a firm resolve, we've got to conquer hate. We're all involved. Unleash the beast and we shatter peace. Bring clouds above. Though some may march to a different drum and blood may spill in times to come, I pray that we'll return to love. Release the dove. Children quake as buildings shake to their foundation, shaken to our innocence, a sense of trust. As fire scorch, I see the torch that lights a nation, shining through the smoke, the dew, the clouds of dust. Flesh and blood will sacrifice for liberty. We'll pay the price, forgo the cost, for we've just lost a paradise. With blind faith and a firm resolve, we've got to conquer hate. We're Tears of joy, not pain, no, no, no more crying. We need a hand of peace, not signs of love. With blind faith and a firm resolve, we've got to conquer hate. We're all involved. Unleash the beast and we shatter peace. Bring clouds of love. Though some may march to a different drum and blood may spill in times to come, I pray that we'll return to love, release the doubt. I pray that we'll return to love, release the doubt. I pray that we'll return to love, release the Put in some jazz. That's right. Put in some jazz. Let's try it one more time. Put in some jazz. Jazz. Thank you. Put in some jazz. Ladies, hear this story. Hold your clothes, the dashing bush too. Them onions have me crying, but somehow I'll get through. All this cooking, 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 Sunday morning it just wouldn't do. So I make believe it's the onions as I weave into the stew, you know. I put on some miles, some booze, some cider, and eat on ballet music too. But what I really need, sing it with me. I need some jazz. Yeah. Give me some jazz. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. The pepper is so hot, yeah, it's burning heat. Give me some. Sing it with me loud and clear. Give me some. Yeah. Give me some. Yeah. Give me some J-A-Z-Z-Z-Z. Give me some. From the words of Eintou Springer song, give me some. Yeah, give me some.
I'm the Lord Kitchen, and having a wonderful time here with Caribbean Insight. I think it's a wonderful organization, and I hope you will do as I do, keep listening to them.
My name is Gypsy, and you are tuned to Caribbean Insight, an in-depth look at Caribbean music here in North America. I look at it whenever I'm here, and so should you.
Hi,
Greetings from TNT. I am Tigress, and when I'm in New York, I look at Caribbean Inside.
Hey, you know it's Guyana, the desperado, the black Spaniard, the leader of the Godfather's Asylum. We never while and we just take lyrical bodies, stack them and pile them. It's the lyrical, never chemical, never comical. Put them lie down, you don't know. It's Guyana Insane. You're watching right now Caribbean Inside, running right through America, representing the Caribbean full right up in colors. Straight, you don't know.
Caribbean Inside, really is dynamite. Caribbean Inside, really super, was spite. Caribbean Inside, enjoy day or night. Caribbean Inside, really is dynamite.
Is melting, pretty mass is approaching, and the moon is gone. Looks like there are no bodies dressed in mud to carry on. A few sailors and bookmen are all that I hear. Not a man with biscuit pan to be seen anywhere. All I can see are the human trucks sailing in from afar. An indication that Juve is over. Disappeared just so. Not a man can be seen anywhere. Not a clown or a jab on the stage to appear.
The first song on the CD,
Yes.
as you was telling me earlier on, we talked a little bit about it,
Yes.
but that song, I myself really liked it. And somewhere along the line, I feel there's something special to the song because it reached me and I know it's going to be reaching other people.
I call it the praise song because when this thing started to unfold that I had to do this CD, I was working in the garden one day and this melody came and the words because, you know, like it was strange that it said the time is now, the time is right. This is the way it should be, and this is a song that praises the giver of lyrics and the giver of melody. And this song that I call The Time Is Now, this is a song that encompassed the CD because I could not go anywhere further unless I had paid homage to my master to say thank you. I put it as number 1 on the CD because this is my way of saying thanks to the master for all that he gives, that he bestowed. Because you say, faithful seeds are sown, bountiful gifts bestowed. I am the believer, and I am the receiver, and Father, I thank you.
Mavis, it was truly an honor to be sitting in your presence.
Well, it's an honor likewise, Miss Royalty, to be in your presence, and I'd like to thank all of you for having me on your show, and I couldn't ask for much more. Thank you, and all God's blessings to all of you.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, you know it's only 60 minutes we have to do it. As I say to you again, culture is a way of life. And to you, my fans and critics, I'll see you next week, same time, same place. God bless you all.
When you stand by
I wish I could get some song tonight.
you are the only one. I can tell just anything. You always let the high. You make me understand. And darling, come down and dance with me. And darling, I know you're the sun in my sky. You're what love is. You're the song that I sing, and I'll do anything, baby, that's all. You're the air when I breathe. You're the sun in my sky. You're what love is. You're the song that I sing, and I'll do anything, baby, just for you. Max, here what would you do? The first couple that come down here